Hey, welcome back to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm Karen. Today's reading is This Person's True Feelings for You Revealed. If you would like to receive more detailed information about what's coming up in your future, tap the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. So in today's reading, we have 3 sets of cards. Set of cards number 1 is the Christmas coffee cup. Set of cards number 2 is the candy cane hearts, and set of cards number 3 is the red candles. So take some time to tune into the energies of the cards. Sit back, relax, get cozy and comfortable. Take a few deep breaths if you need to. You can pause the video right now, but I'll also leave a few quiet moments here as well. Okay, so let's look into the messages that we have for you. Welcome to set of cards number 1. You've chosen the Christmas coffee cup. So this reading is your person's true feelings revealed. So we're going to look into the tarot. We've got lots of messages cards today, as well as pulling messages out of the bag and looking into the divination dice and the charms. So stay tuned because a lot of information is going to come through. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords in reverse, the Moon in reverse, the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Cups in reverse, and the 2 of Cups. So what I'm feeling is that this person is in a place of self-deception in some kind of way. I feel as though this person is afraid to take action. And so they're spending a lot of time in regards to this connection, daydreaming and fantasizing about being with you, what it would be like to be in this relationship with you. But they're struggling to really ground the relationship. I feel like they're struggling with self-esteem issues. The 7 of Swords indicates to me that this person is running away from themselves. So this person may have fears to do with confrontation, and just being open and vulnerable and authentic, because they're not loving some parts of themselves, they're not accepting some parts of themselves. And so I feel they have a major fear of rejection when it comes to you and your connection. And so it feels safer for them to connect with you, possibly through the 5D. You may have a multi-dimensional connection where you have a telepathic bond, you know each other on other dimensions, a very spiritual bond, and there's a lot less likelihood of rejection in the 5D than there is in the 3D. So this person's comfort zone is for there to be kind of like castles in the sky, daydreams, fantasies. But then I feel like they've struggled to take action to really ground the relationship and make it more real, more committed, more intimate in the 3D. So the Moon in reverse. There may be a dynamic between you or a situationship where you're kind of in communication with each other. You have some kind of connection. You have some kind of relationship with each other, but it may not be a traditional commitment. Or this person, for example, could be communicating to you through messages, but face to face, they may not be making it real. Or you meet up, but they're afraid to get too close. They're afraid of 100% committing. And it's because I feel like they spent most of their life wearing a mask, wearing their ego identity, false identity, because look, we have a mask here in this cup here, and they feel much safer behind that mask, and so that requires some element of distance between you in order for them to keep wearing that mask and avoid revealing their true self, because again it comes down to a fear of rejection. And so There's the Ten of Cups in reverse. There may have been some kind of breakdown of this dynamic between you, breakdown of your connection or communication, because you are really wanting to take things a step further. You are wanting a real commitment, deep emotional fulfillment, but actually having the grounded relationship. But I feel like this person was refusing to take that action, and so it may have led to a separation. But you're both the Two of Cups. I feel like you're definitely soulmates, maybe even twin flames, some of you. This is a divine connection. It's watched over by the angels. It's a connection about healing. There's the cordicus, or however that's pronounced, which is the healing symbol. And you're on the same page. You love each other equally. I feel like you are mirrors of each other. And so this unhealthy dynamic, or you communicating to each other in some kind of way, but you both being in your comfort zone, that's mirrored. It's like this person has a mask on, but you may well have been wearing a mask in certain ways as well. You may have deep down feared rejection, and so it's kind of got into this dynamic or this pattern of you both kind of thinking about each other from afar, maybe communicating from afar, and there was a fear, like you were afraid to make a move in case this person rejected you and ran away. They were afraid to get close in case you rejected them. And so it may have just gone into this pattern of you communicating from afar kind of thing. But it's like both of you have the same fear of that rejection, and there may be, a higher reason why this has been happening, so that you both work on your self-esteem, to the point where you're not basing your self-worth on what the other person is thinking, feeling, doing, or not doing. Okay, so you both want this Two of Cups. You both want that balanced, amazing relationship on all levels. You feel connected, mind, body, soul, and you both want the 3D connection, but I feel like this person is still, it's like they're hiding something from you. They're hiding their true self. They're hiding their vulnerabilities. They may be trying to make out that they're stronger on the surface than what they feel, or that they're more confident than what they feel. Maybe they can kind of portray this confidence through that mask, but they're, hiding aspects of themselves. And so it's kind of blocking true intimacy. So let's pull some clarifying cards. All of the messages cards in today's reading are my own creation. So what is this energy of them running away from themselves, basically? Yeah, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Please don't leave me out in the cold. So again, this may be something that you've both felt in this connection. And if you are twin flames, it will be because you're supposed to both trigger that wound of rejection, abandonment, in order to realize eventually that it never was personal. It was about stirring up those wounds from childhood, maybe even from past lives, in order to bring them into the light, because they've been stuck in the subconscious. And it's only when you face the fear of rejection and realize that it never is really a personal rejection, then you can feel more courageous. You can open your heart, reveal your true selves to each other, rather than trying to hide yourselves away and avoiding rejection at all costs, kind of thing. So please don't leave me out in the cold. You may have felt for a long time like this person, because they were wearing that mask, because they were too afraid to come forward, and there was just this unhealthy dynamic, which may have been going in circles. You felt like this person was leaving you out in the cold. You felt that rejection over and over. You may have walked away because of the Ten of Cups in reverse. You felt like it just kept going in circles and it wasn't fulfilling your deeper needs. And so now they're feeling like, please don't leave me out in the cold. They're worried that you're going to leave them for good. Okay, so we had the Hanged Man. There's a pause in your connection right now. I'm pausing to get a better look at things. So the Hanged Man purposely hangs himself upside down by the ankle in order to see things from a different perspective. This is often a card about awakening. So I feel like you're both becoming more of your true soul selves. You're seeing beyond illusions. Your eyes are opening to your true selves, your worth, becoming more conscious, becoming more enlightened. And that is why there's been a pause in this connection, or it feels like a stalemate at times. Things not moving forward in the physical, but it's because there's been lessons and things to heal and learn. Yeah, I feel this indeed. You are my soulmate. The Six of Cups. So this is also the card of someone from your past returning to your life. The card traditionally shows the boy offering the cup with the flowers to the girl. So that indicates that this person, the divine masculine energy, most likely for most of you watching, is going to come forward, express themselves. This card also shows that there is an innocence within this connection. It's like the childhood wounds or the inner child wounds that are playing out. But there is an innocence. There's an unconditional love here. And also very much a past life relationship. You've shared many past lives together is what I'm feeling. What's this person thinking and feeling at this time? Okay, yeah. Interesting. Clarifying the Seven of Cups, which is them not taking action but daydreaming, fantasizing. It's clarified by the Eight of Swords. It's too difficult for me to come forward. So yeah, this is about their mind and their perception. They're feeling stuck, but it's illusions that are keeping them stuck. Again, it's like something within themselves, most likely self-esteem issues. They don't feel good enough, or they don't feel like they have what it takes to be a good partner. They may be shy or insecure, and it's just they feel like it's too difficult for them to come forward with those insecurities. In some cases, it could be that there's external circumstances that they feel stuck within. But this is very much, this person feels much more comfortable in the current dynamic that you have, and thinking about things, living this connection through their mind, their fantasies, rather than taking action at this time. So yeah, there was I'm pausing to get clear about things, and now we have, how do we make positive change? This is the Wheel of Fortune. So there may have been a karmic cycle that keeps going round and round in circles between you both, to do with these fears, to do with these illusions. And this person is trying to figure out how to make positive change, how to turn your connection into this amazing relationship on all levels. They're thinking about it, but you know, I feel like this person has a tendency to think and think and think. I'm so weighed down. The Ten of Wands. So yeah, this could be emotional burdens. It could be things going on in their life. They can't see clearly, which is what that Moon in reverse is about as well. They're afraid to take a leap of faith because it's like they're trying to think and think and think in order to find clarity. But the more they're thinking with their mind rather than listening to their intuition, the more confused they're getting, and they're stalling over and over again. Yeah. So clarifying the Two of Cups, we have the Six of Pentacles. I want to give you everything. So Pentacles are the earth element, so a grounded energy. They want to be there for you truly in the 3D. They want a balance of give and take. It may have been that you were giving more often the divine feminine, initially gives and gives and gives, very nurturing energy. And now the masculine energy is wanting to give back equally, but right now it's like they're thinking about that. They're thinking, how can I do that? How can we move this forward? So let's look at some more messages cards. Again, all of the message cards in today's reading are my own creation. We're going to start off with the Our Eternal Love cards. Then, as usual, we'll look into the I Love You to the Moon and Back cards, followed by the messages from the Divine Masculine deck. And then we'll pull messages out of the bag and look into the divination dice and the charms. So, what is this person feeling for you and thinking about you at this time? Yeah. Wow. I was wearing a mask to keep you in my life. I didn't realize it was keeping us apart. So yeah, this person has definitely felt safer putting on some kind of pretense from afar, because then they feel like they're in control. They feel like they can control your perception of them. They can have you see them in the way that they want you to see them. But I feel like they're faking it because they don't really feel that way about themselves, i.e. they don't feel confident. They don't feel good enough. And so they feel safer with that mask on. And they felt like that was impressing you, or that was keeping you from rejecting them, because they are hiding parts of themselves that they aren't loving or accepting. But ultimately, what they didn't realize is the more they were wearing that mask, the more this connection was stagnating in this kind of phase where you weren't getting closer in truth, because they weren't revealing their true selves. And again, it could be mirrored here. And so this person didn't realize that that was actually keeping you apart, and they may not have realized that that was actually pushing you away to the point where you just got fed up and tired and realized that you couldn't stay in this unhealthy dynamic because you felt like it was going nowhere. I don't deserve you. I regret many things from the past that I can't take back. So yeah, they're regretting how they wore that mask. They're regretting how this pushed you away. They're regretting that they didn't take action sooner, and that they didn't feel courageous enough to come forward and truly express their emotions to you and their truth. Yeah, and they're worried now that too much has happened that can't be healed. There's too much water under the bridge. I don't know how we could ever come back from that. So yeah, they feel really worried that there's no going back from the damage that may have already been caused. I'm always talking about you to my friends. So yeah, it's like this person cannot stop thinking about you. You're constantly on their mind, and they're constantly talking about you, like really enthusiastically. They may be trying to figure things out, like, why is this happening? Why do you think she or he acted like this or did this or that? Or trying to gain reassurance from their friends, I feel, through talking about things that have happened between you both. Yeah. We both have so much to learn and experience on other paths. We will always be connected though. So yeah, there was definitely a sense that it was part of your soul contract to have this kind of separation between you both, because you did both have karma elsewhere to heal, things to learn. That wound of rejection was being triggered over and over again within this connection, and there was definitely a good reason for that, for it to come up to the surface and out of the subconscious, because I feel a lot of you have realized, or are in the process of realizing, that your worth is not dependent upon this person or anyone outside of yourself. Whereas you may not have seen that in the past. This is also the illusion that they were caught up in. They couldn't see that their worth is not dependent by how you react to them, whether you love them or reject them. You know, they couldn't see through that illusion. Yeah, you're the right person, but at the wrong time. So I feel like there's still more things to be healed and learnt as individuals before you can potentially realign with each other in that Two of Cups energy. Separation on the surface level, to realize that in truth you're never really separate from this person in the soul. I can't bear this longing. So they're longing for you very deeply. They miss you very much. They're reminiscing about the past. Again, it's thoughts, thinking. They want that reconciliation. They want you to communicate again. I've always struggled to feel good enough for you. And that is why they were acting through a place of fear. And so you may have felt very rejected, but they've always loved you. It was just that they weren't loving themselves. Okay. Although we're from the same soul family, we're in totally different grades in our life lessons. So this can imply that one person was more awakened than the other when you initially met, and so the other person has had to kind of catch up. But also, you know, you've both learned a lot from each other. You've both experienced a lot of awakening from each other. You and I are like a ball of wool. You're one end of the string and I the other, but we're a tangled mess. So this is my twin flame analogy. It's like you're the same piece of string. The divine masculine is one end of the string, the divine feminine the other. But in the middle, it's all like tangled. This indicates karma that needs to be healed. Things that need to be learnt, that self-esteem, or things like that, before you can become much more harmonious with each other. I can't handle such a deeply spiritual connection at this time. So yeah, this person is struggling basically with the awakening process, because it does dredge up a lot of the past and the childhood wounds that need to be healed and released. I feel like they felt very intimidated because you could see beyond their mask, and it made them feel naked and vulnerable. And they loved that because they felt so connected to you, because you could see the real them. But at the same time, it was the parts of themselves they were trying to hide away. Never doubt my love for you. I have always loved you, and I always will. So again, this is really saying that don't doubt this person's love. Your intuition is correct. You know, don't look at their actions. Feel what you feel in your heart, in your intuition, because it's real. So let's look at the I love you to the moon and back cards. What they're thinking and feeling about you at this time. Yeah. Wow. I was so scared you would reject the real me and leave me. So I put on a mask and felt I could never take it off again. So yeah, their mask had become their safety net, their comfort zone. They were also worried that if they took off the mask, you may be angry because they aren't exactly how they were trying to make out they are. Like, they aren't as confident. basically. You tried too hard. You made it easy for me to sit back and hide away. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, there was that Six of Pentacles, the balance of give and take, which they want. And as I said, I feel like you were giving and giving and giving. And the Divine Feminine often has this tendency to overgive, because they're hoping that that's assuring like the future of the connection, and assuring that one day the Divine Masculine will give back just as equally. Sometimes the Divine Feminine can, this is their way of trying to prove their worth to the Divine Masculine. And so again, that is kind of mirroring. The masculine wears a mask to try and prove his worth and win over the Divine Feminine, and the feminine wears a mask by overgiving and kind of not honoring her own needs. And so as you were given and given and given to this person, this person felt like you would always be there for them. And so it allowed them basically to stay in their comfort zone and sit back and hide away. But they are sorry about it. They've had this realization that that was what was going on. There is so much I never said. So yeah, this person, they wanted to express so much to you, but they always freaked out and ran away from that. Do you still love me? Obviously, they hope that you do. They're worried that you've fallen out of love with them. Many of you had to experience your biggest fear coming true, and most likely that biggest fear was being rejected by this person. And many of you experienced feeling that, and again, it was to bring that wound up to the surface so that you know that you are good enough no matter what this person has or hasn't done. And I can't remember what I was going to say. It's not just down to my free will. This is about the energetic dynamic. It's saying that you can't align with each other harmoniously if there's so much disharmony, if there's so much fear going on, which causes the mask wearing, the fear to take action, the fear to express. Okay, so messages from the Divine Masculine. Sorry, I've really got to oil this chair. It's really squeaky. I've been a fool. So yeah, they feel foolish. They regret their actions. They couldn't see things clearly. They may have needed this tower moment as well. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With you walking away, now they're experiencing that rejection wound being triggered. It's like you both had to face that in order to get through it, whereas this unhealthy dynamic and hiding behind masks and walls, and not expressing yourselves, was subconsciously a way for you to both try and avoid that wound, like dealing with that wound. But as long as it wasn't dealt with, then there would still be this disharmony, this fear, this separation. So they feel foolish, and some of you may even feel that way, because some things have become abundantly clear now through a time of separation. How do I move forward? So again, there was that Seven of Cups. They're like, how do we move this connection forward? Because they did want the Two of Cups. They want to be with you in that healthy relationship. You fascinate me. So I feel like this person feels very inspired by you. It's like they love everything about you. They're fascinated by everything that you are. Honesty is important. So yeah, they're realizing that now. They're feeling foolish because they're realizing that not that wearing a mask was not them being their true, honest self. And they're realising how that led to a breakdown within the connection. I feel like it's these two as well. I follow my gut. So this person is following their intuition a lot more than what they were in their past. They are learning to stop overthinking things. What does she think of me? But yeah, this has been one of their major blocks, worrying excessively what you think of them. To the point of them trying to be what they thought you wanted them to be, but they just needed to be their true self. Interesting, I'm thinking about children. So there was that 10 of Cups there, which is the happy relationship, the family, the children. They may be wanting to have children with you. You may already have children. And that's affecting this connection in some kind of way. So let's pull some messages out of the bag next. Taken for granted. Okay, so they feel foolish because they knew that they took you for granted. Because there was this comfort zone kind of thing. And this person, the more you were giving, the more they stayed in their comfort zone. And then they lost you. Because you may have been trying to tell them or show them that you couldn't wait around forever, but a lot of the divine masculine, they only sort of take notice through what actions you take, i.e. walking away rather than what you're saying. Yeah, fear of intimacy, fear of getting close because of what does she think of me? And there's parts of themselves they weren't loving or accepting, so subconsciously they felt like you wouldn't love them or accept them because of those things as well. Chasing drama. To me, this is in their mind. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of, this is what you're both overcoming, I feel. Overthinking things, attaching stories to certain events, i.e. This person's rejected me, therefore I'm not good enough. Those kinds of stories that are affecting your self-worth. Make you jealous. Okay, so they may have tried to make you jealous at some point and they feel foolish about that because you saw right through it. So now they're problem solving. They're going inwards like that Hanged Man card. They're trying to figure out how to move this connection forward. Let's look into the divination dice next. Yeah, there was a tower moment between you both. Storms, drama happened, leading to a separation. But the Tower card is always a blessing in disguise. It's basically saying that there was something within your connection where you'd built upon something which was unhealthy. The Tower is like that thick walls that you had up around yourselves, and that needed to come crashing down. This dynamic had to come crashing down. The connection had to go. You had to go your separate ways. But it's so that you could see the light, like the sunshine comes out after the storm. The clouds of illusion dissipate. You can see clearly now how the connection, you were holding on to each other for dear life from that comfort zone, but ultimately it was keeping you separate as well. This is the Knight of Swords. This person is going to race in, fight for your connection, communicate their truth to you. The Knight is a messenger of truth with a sword. They're going to be like an open book with you. They're going to reveal their true selves to you. So here's the cauldron. This is like the magician. This is them manifesting. This is coming into their power. This is both of you having that self-mastery, having a lot of realizations and making positive changes. with each other from now on. Here's the axe. This is cutting the ties to the past. This is starting afresh, starting over again. So let's look at the charms. Number 5 has come out. That may be significant to you in some specific way, or you may be seeing number patterns with 5s in. 5 is about change, transformation after conflict. Wow. You are safe with me. So basically, I feel like neither of you felt safe to be your true selves or reveal your true selves with this person. But you both love each other. You both feel the same way. I feel like you are twin flames because you have the same fears, maybe playing out in slightly different ways, but it's like the same core wound. And here's the bicycle. I see it as bicycle, like you both moving forward in tandem in a positive new direction of love, because it's pink and green are colors of the heart chakra. So if you really want to know in depth how this person truly feels about you, please check out my Dear Beloved message readings. They're $11.11. They're not personal readings, but basically I've created a really powerful oracle deck where I channeled messages from the Divine Masculine Collective. So when you purchase a reading, I basically email you the very in-depth description of the card, which is about 1,000 words in length. I have some really amazing reviews of the readings where clients have really said that they've been so insightful, so helpful on their journey. So please check those out. The details are below this video in the description box. Again, they're called the Dear Beloved message readings. And please subscribe to my channel as well if you haven't already. It helps me to continue to grow my channel. I'm really aiming for the 200k subscribers. I'm nearing that. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that way you'll be notified every time I release a new reading. So thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye. Welcome to set of cards number 2. You've chosen the candy cane heart. So this reading is this person's true feelings for you revealed. So we're going to be looking into the tarot. We've got lots of messages cards today, as well as pulling messages out of the bag and looking into the divination dice and the charms. So stay tuned because a lot of information is going to come through. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what I'm seeing from the cards is that this person missed out on an opportunity with you because they took too long in making a decision. They're trying to bury their head in the sand, and I feel it's because they felt uncomfortable being their true self, or they didn't feel ready for love deep down. They didn't feel ready to have a healthy relationship with someone else because they're struggling to have a healthy relationship with themselves. And so they were on the fence. They may have been hot and cold with this 2 of Swords. They needed to make a decision. They needed to take action, but they weren't. But it's good that these 2 are in the reverse position, the 4 of Cups and the 2 of Swords, because it's showing that they're coming out of that now. They're realizing that when they refuse to receive the love that you're giving, and they refuse to give back equally, they refuse to allow this love to blossom, then it led to this 10 of Swords. Total destruction and ending, them feeling like they've hit rock bottom, basically. So there's a lot of transformation that's occurring in your connection, because there's 10, 1, 10. 10s are about endings of the old cycle. 1s are about the new beginning. Okay, so the 4 of Cups in reverse. This cup is normally shown being offered by a hand from the divine, but there was an opportunity for this Ace of Cups in the past. Like you were offering them an opportunity to have an amazing connection, amazing relationship with you. This was a new beginning in love. But I feel like this person, and in most cases it will be mirrored, so a lot of things I may say about this person can also apply to you. The Ace of Cups is about that self-love. It's about awakening as well, before being able to fully align with having that healthy relationship with each other on the outside. It needs to come from within first. But yeah, you may have been trying to offer them your heart. Your heart was overflowing with this love and passion for them. But this person had other things that they needed to heal and release. And so they were focusing more on these 3 cups. So this is like a third party situation. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that they were with someone else. It can do, but the third party energy could be anything. It could be like the ego identity. It could be stress, anxiety, you know, the way that our mind always thinks about the past and feels the pain from the past, or how we always have fears about the future, and then we're not really present. We're not in the present moment. We're not living because we're always in our mind. We're always thinking about the past or the future. So this person, they had wounds from the past that they were feeling stuck within, and fears of the future. And again, this could be about you as well. And so basically this card is saying that they weren't in the right place to fully align with a relationship in the 3D with you. Although I do feel like this Ace of Cups was like the start of this connection, really triggering this domino effect of the heart awakening within both of you. Lots of triggering, lots of things coming up to the surface. And so I'm seeing this 2 of Swords. It's like on one hand they were holding on to the connection and they were there and they were wanting this connection, but then on the other hand they weren't ready, you weren't ready, and therefore there was a misalignment. And the blindfold here is like not being able to see clearly. Like we have a lot of illusions. The wounds that we carry are often illusions. They're stories that we subconsciously attach to our experiences that are often very self-harming. Like if we felt severely rejected in our childhood, in the past, in previous relationships, then we can subconsciously have a story that those things happened because we're not good enough. And we can feel like a victim to that, but it's the overactive mind. It's overthinking about things. And this blindfold's really saying that this person couldn't see clearly, and therefore these swords, their own thoughts, were like blocking out their heart. Like they couldn't have that self-love. They couldn't see their own worth because their own thoughts were blinding them, and they couldn't receive the love that you were offering because they didn't feel like they deserved that love. And again, try and see how that may have been mirroring within you as well. So this led to an ending. But yeah, I feel like when you met this person, they were already at rock bottom, pretty much. They may have been, again, swords are about the mind and perception. So those persons very much lost in their thoughts to do with feeling betrayed, feeling stabbed in the back, endings, inner child wounds, all things like that. But also I feel it's because they weren't being receptive, or they weren't taking action, or both, you know. They weren't open to this blossoming of this relationship in the 3D with you at that time. It led to an ending between both of you. But now it's like this awakening is occurring on a very deep level within both of you, I feel. And because there's the sun here, look, the stark contrast here, the dark skies, the sadness, the depression of this card as well, and then the sunlight, the sunrise. And look, if we look at the Wheel of Fortune, it's saying that you're moving more into that self-love within yourselves, and more love and harmony, and opening your hearts more to each other. And the Wheel of Fortune, there's this joy, there's this freedom, liberation from this past pain. And you may have both needed to actually go through your biggest fears of rejection and really experience that in order to clear it and release it. Because, you know, when we're subconsciously trying to avoid that rejection at all costs, we can still have that fear that's always there, always kind of getting in the way. We're fearful of being rejected, and so that fear is causing us to sort of come towards the relationship in limiting ways. So yeah, joy at the top of this wheel, but there has been a time of sorrow, heartbreak, but coming out of that now, coming into love. This person may come forward and communicate their feelings to you. They may, because these are both in reverse, this is saying they're coming out of that crossroads stalemate, taking action because they feel like they missed an opportunity with you and they don't want to lose you for good. So let's pull some clarifying cards. All of the message cards in today's reading are my own creation. So what are they thinking and feeling about you at this time? Yeah, wow, we have the Wheel of Fortune again. How do we make positive change? So yeah, they're wanting to move out of this depression, this fear, you know. It became a life or death kind of scenario in this person's mind. And the mind doesn't know what is real and what isn't real. And so when this person was so afraid of being rejected and feeling like they wouldn't be able to handle that, then the body responds by releasing cortisol and adrenaline. You know, the body goes into a fight or flight mode. And this person was constantly feeling that way. Again, you may have been as well. And so, you know, that fight or flight, this person just wanted to move away from that fearful energy because it was taking a toll on this person, very much so. They were attaching like worst case scenarios to your connection and feeling very fearful. And so it may have been the case for some of them that they didn't want to need you so much because they felt like their life would be totally like over and crushed if things didn't work out. And so they were like, oh, they were trying to stay in their comfort zone just to feel a sense of safety, because they were basing their happiness, their worth on you and the connection too much. And that's why they felt so unstable, because no one can control someone else. We can only control how we feel within ourselves based on our thoughts. So how do we make positive change? They are thinking about how to move your connection forward, but we have, it's too difficult for me to come forward. The 8 of Swords. So yeah, again, swords are the mind and perception. This is a card where it normally shows the person with a blindfold on again and swords around them, and they're bound by some rope. They're tied up, but it's an illusion. This person's felt stuck. They haven't realized that it's their own thoughts, their own perspectives on things, because in that card they're surrounded by swords, so they could easily cut the ropes, cut themselves free with those swords that are surrounding them. So yeah, there's some kind of illusion, some kind of self-talk that is very limiting, and has been holding them back, and maybe vice versa. You are my soulmate, the 6 of Cups. So this is a card of someone from your past is returning to your life. This is a card saying that there's an innocence between you both, a very powerful, unconditional love. You may be soulmates or twin flames. You've shared many past lives together. It may be past life karma where you felt rejected or they felt rejected or both, and it's kind of bled through into this lifetime. I wouldn't be surprised if on my other deck the past life wounds and fears of rejection card comes up. So this is also indicating that when the time is right, this person will come forward and offer you their cup, because that's what it shows in the traditional tarot. I'm pausing to get a better look at things. So this is the Hanged Man. So again, there's a pause right now, but it's more positive. There was a pause in the past with this Two of Swords, the stalemate, but there was a blindfold on. This person wasn't making a decision, they weren't going inwards, they weren't seeing clearly. But the Hanged Man purposely hangs himself upside down by the ankle in order to see things from a different perspective. He's normally got a halo of light around his head as well. So it's about awakening, realizations. And so this person, they are waking up, they are seeing the light, they are realizing that their own thoughts are their worst enemy. So we have the Four of Pentacles. I can't let you go. So this person is holding on to you dearly. This is what I'm seeing from Spirit, is that this was kind of a, what's the word? Kind of like a catch-22, a paradox, is that the word? Well, basically, this person was holding on to you so tightly, not letting you go, but also they were holding on to their comfort zone because they were afraid that if they moved things forward, it would lead to some kind of tower moment or rejection. And so it's ironic, they were holding on to you, but then they weren't allowing things to get closer, and that may have caused them to lose you. We have the Six of Swords. Let's heal this. Again, mind and perception. Heal. They're healing themselves, but also they want to heal your connection, because the traditional card shows the man, woman and the child in the boat, and the man's kind of steering the boat to the calmer waters, getting out of adversity to a brighter future. So they want to heal your connection. Wow, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm offering you something real. So they're going to express their emotions with the Ace of Cups. Things are moving forward more positively with the Wheel of Fortune. And they're going to be offering you something real, a real relationship. Okay, so let's look at some more messages cards. Again, all of the messages cards in today's reading are my own creation. As usual, we're going to start off with the Our Eternal Love cards, followed by the I Love You to the Moon and Back cards, and then the messages from the Divine Masculine deck. And then we'll put some messages out of the bag and look into the divination dice and the charms. So how does this person feel about you at this time? What they're thinking and feeling, please. I've been hinting to you about my feelings because I'm afraid I'll be rejected. So yeah, this person may have been more passive in terms of they weren't being direct, but at the same time they were trying to hint to you about their feelings, but they were being very cautious, hinting, trying to observe your reaction, trying to get close to you, but this person was struggling. Yeah, there's so much I want to express to you, but when it comes down to it, I always back out. So yeah, self-esteem issues here, fears of rejection, them wanting to express themselves, but not fully feeling brave enough to, and so they were hinting instead of being direct. I know that we've shared many past lives together, so they feel that too. I don't deserve you. I regret many things from the past that I can't take back. So they regret pushing you away or keeping things in some kind of dynamic which wasn't fully healthy. They regret staying in their comfort zone. They regret taking you for granted. You know? They feel like they don't deserve you. That was like their main block. I'm always talking about you to my friends. So I feel like this person, because they can't stop thinking about you, they can't stop talking about you either. And I feel like they enjoy reliving moments that you shared with their friends. So it's like they can relive those past experiences. But also I feel like they're seeking reassurance from their friends about your feelings for them. It's like that they have doubts about your love for them, and so it's like they need constant reassurance. I was wearing a mask to keep you in my life. I didn't realise it was keeping us apart. So yeah, this person didn't feel good enough just the way they are, and so they felt like there had to be something that they thought you would want them to be, or they, you know, didn't feel confident enough, so they tried to put on a mask of appearing confident, and maybe they felt like they had to keep their distance in order to put on that pretense. But that distance was keeping you apart, and when they weren't being their true self, you felt like you could never fully get close to them. So yeah, this person has like a poor self-image, because we have, I am a mess, I don't even know how to love myself, let alone have a healthy relationship with someone else, basically. So yeah, if you felt like it's a rejection, really this person's running away from themselves. They're rejecting themselves, and they're afraid you will reject them, so they keep their distance. Why does everything have to be so complicated? They wish things moved much more easily. They wish they didn't have these fears. They wish they felt more courageous to take action. You see deeply into me and it scares the hell out of me. So yeah, there's parts of themselves they're uncomfortable with. Parts of themselves they aren't loving or accepting. And they're trying to hide those parts from the world, trying to hide those parts even from themselves. They may be trying to change themselves. You know, this may be someone that compares themselves to other people a lot. But this person is very unique. This person is beautiful just the way they are. It's about that self-love. It's about embracing who they are. And they love that you can see through into their true self, but at the same time it makes them feel very, very intimidated. You are always my number one and always will be. So they feel that you are the one for them. They feel that they will never love anyone else like they love you. So let's look at the I love you to the moon and back cards. What they're thinking and feeling about you at this time. If you are not in a vibration of self-love, I cannot get close to you. So this could be mirroring. It could be valid for both of you, the need to have more self-love and basically not base your sense of self-worth on this other person and how they react to you, what they do and don't do, or, you know, not basing your worth on anyone outside of yourself. You deserve to be happy. I'm a mess and I don't want you to suffer because of me. So this person has tried to be cruel to be kind. We've had I am a mess twice. So they feel like they need to sort themselves out. They don't want you to be dragged into their drama or to their depression or whatever it may be. They want you to be happy. I'm so worried that I've lost you. So yeah, they're worried that you're not going to be open and receptive to them anymore. They're worried that they've blown their chance. Okay. This one's interesting. Because the love was instant, I couldn't trust it. I wondered how much of me you actually loved. So there was an instant connection here, an instant recognition because you have shared many past lives. And this person was more in a place of illusion, maybe a place of logic, and therefore they couldn't quite trust the depth of the love of this connection. They felt like it didn't make sense because you didn't really know each other that well in this lifetime when you first met. But I feel like you were more intuitive and you recognized it a lot sooner than what they did, and you trusted it more. But then they just felt that you'd kind of got fallen in love with their potential, or you projected some sort of fantasy version onto this person, and you know, some of that may be true. And so they were just wondering, are you really in love with the real them, or are you in love with some kind of fantasy, or in love with the idea of them subconsciously healing your wounds to do with rejection from your past? Please love yourself first. The magnetic pull lessens when you don't. Okay, so yeah, the more you love yourself, the more you're in that love vibration, then the less needy you are, basically. It's fine to have needs, but neediness is when you feel like your needs aren't going to be met, and then you try and grab a hold of this person, you try and force things to happen, speed things up, get them to open up to you. But having genuine needs is healthy and natural, but you need to fulfill your own needs first within, so that you're not needy with this person. I can't stop thinking about you, so you're constantly on this person's mind. You chased me so much, I guess a part of me believed somehow you would break down my defenses and make it happen in the end. So yeah, this person I feel is shy, or they are when it comes to you, because you can see right into them. And so a part of them was hoping you would break down their defenses and make it happen, but I feel it's not supposed to happen that way. I feel they need to have that self-esteem and meet you halfway. The messages from the Divine Masculine cards. What they're thinking and feeling. I'm in a dark place. So yeah, they had the Ten of Swords, they had the Two of Swords, and they may be suffering with depression. Again, that poor self-image, really like deluding them, preventing them from being able to see clearly. I'm embracing my power, so that's really positive. And their personal empowerment is to break through that overactive mind, basically. And when they do that, when they still the mind, they will reconnect with their true self that naturally knows their own worth. This karmic situation is busting my ass. So yeah, this person's been going through a lot of karma. They have a lot of wounds to heal. That's what that 10 of Swords was about as well. It's really taking its toll on this person, but they're really wanting to release that now, come out of that cycle. Believe me, I am trying my best. So if you felt like this person wasn't putting in enough effort into the connection, they are. It's just they've got a lot on their plate, a lot going on in their mind. Fuck what they think. So that's interesting. This person may suffer with fears of what people think of them. So they wear a mask, they're not being their true self, but now they're freeing themselves. They are just being who they are, and that's what they need to do. Okay, so let's pull some messages out of the bag next. They feel lost without you. You bring them so much meaning. They feel like this connection is a catalyst to their spiritual awakening. Fear of intimacy. So yeah, they had fears about getting close because they weren't loving or accepting parts of themselves. And in order to get close, you have to reveal who you truly are. I want you back. So yeah, they want that reconciliation. They are going to come forward and express their heart to you. Yeah, they felt like you had expectations of them that they couldn't live up to. And because that's over, believe me, I am trying my best. Maybe they felt like they couldn't live up to certain expectations that you had. So maybe they put on a mask to try and pretend to be that person, to try and provide you with what you were needing. Yeah, this person is shy and very nervous and self-conscious around you. We have shaking, sweaty, stuttering. This connection brings about this fight or flight reaction within them, and they possibly ran away whenever that came up and tried to avoid that, because maybe they felt like humiliated if they were literally shaking and sweating and stuttering, and you know, they felt like they certainly didn't look cool, or they felt like they weren't like this courageous divine masculine that they wanted to be with you. Let's look at the divination dice next. So there's an innocence about this person with this crib here. And it's about a rebirth as well. They may be thinking about having children with you, or children may be involved. Like you have children, they have children, or you both do. But it's like a rebirth. There may have been like a parent-child dynamic between you both, where they were kind of like the child and you were like the parent kind of energy, and you were trying to help them with their self-esteem. You were giving and being very nurturing, but this may have allowed this person to sort of stay in their comfort zone, and now they need to fly the nest, so to speak, and basically heal themselves and do their own work, learn their lessons for themselves. Here's like the angel and the sun. So it's like this person spreading their wings. They're having confidence. They're reconnecting with their true soul self, which is the infinite aspect of self, the true identity. The sun is like the masculine energy taking action. It's also self-esteem because it's the solar plexus chakra. So yeah, this person was very tempted with the apple to stay in that comfort zone. Apple, it can also be someone with the initial A, because they use apple a lot when kids are learning the alphabet. They're cutting the ties to anything that isn't serving them from their past with the axe. And the palace. They want that like fairy tale relationship with you, because they feel like you are the one for them. They see you as like the queen kind of energy, and they want to be the best version of themselves for you. So let's see what charms are going to come out for you today. So I'm immediately seeing man cave. So yeah, this is someone that stays in this shell. They've been kind of stuck in the darkness, a bit of a hermit energy. They're trying to figure things out, but they have the tendency to overthink when they're doing that, and then they talk themselves out of things. This is a divine connection. You have like an infinite bond. This is the opal ring, which to me, opals are the connection to the angels. So the spirit is watching over your connection. There's a purity of this connection as well, and innocence. So there's the heart key with a crown. So this is amazing. This is like your heart and your crown chakras are opening. And this, when these two chakras work together, it's intense intuition. So yeah, this person is being very intuitive. We have another Wheel of Fortune here. Things moving forward in a positive new direction. There's been a death, the death card, but that's often called transformation. It basically means the ending of the old, the ending of the ego identity and illusions to make way for soul consciousness and awakening. So there's this wind up key. I feel like you were the one that was putting in a lot of the effort to keep the relationship going, and now the key may have stopped, and now they want to put in the effort to keep your connection going. There is divine timing involved in this connection, even if that sounds frustrating with this clock here. And they want to communicate their truth. They may also be fantasizing about kissing you and like romance and physical intimacy, but they want to communicate to you. So if you really want profound healing within your twin flame connection, please check out my twin flame healing chakra meditation. It really works through the 7 chakras to heal the common blocks that twin flames go through, so that you can come back into harmony and peace and a place of self-love within yourself, and then it will mirror it within your twin flame and they will transform too, and then you can really align together and come back into that union. That is the twin flame healing chakra meditation. I have really amazing reviews for that as well, so please check that out. The details for that are below this video in the description box and in the pinned comment. So please subscribe to my channel as well if you haven't already. Tap the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and that way you'll be notified every time I release a new reading. And thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye. Welcome to set of cards number 3. You've chosen the candle. So how does this person truly feel about you? We're going to find out by looking into the tarot. We've got lots of messages cards today, as well as pulling messages out of the bag and looking into the divination dice and the charms. So stay tuned because a lot of information is going to come through. So this person has a lot of regrets with the 3 of Swords in reverse. I feel as though they realize that they hurt you in certain ways. They regret how they treated you, and it's really been playing heavily on their heart. But they are in the process of healing this. I feel like this person has been very wounded within their own personal life, carrying around a lot of wounds, and so that caused them to be overly defensive in some kind of way. It could be in terms of them ghosting you, being too silent, being in their man cave, or it could come across as them lashing out, because there's a Knight of Swords as well, so it could be them having harsh words, arguments, disagreements, misunderstandings. Whatever it is, this person has regrets about hurting you, and they are in a process of healing themselves from major wounds. I feel like your connection and you may have helped this person to heal in some kind of way, or have some sort of realization about how their own thoughts and perceptions were holding themselves back, their own thoughts and beliefs were causing them heartbreak. They didn't realize like it was internal. I feel like this person had attached a lot of stories to their life experiences, where they were very much hurting themselves with those beliefs, and you may have somehow shifted this person out of that mindset, either directly or indirectly, through what's been going on in your connection. And so now they're coming into a place of much more stability with the Emperor here, much more self-confidence. I feel like they were struggling with self-esteem issues, and it was affecting how they were communicating to you. It's like they couldn't fully be present in your connection. They couldn't fully commit and be there for you because they were elsewhere, like in their mind, in their pain, in their thoughts, in their stories, thinking about the past or worrying about the future, or both. And so they're coming out of that. You know, it's a learning curve. There's still a little element of that still going on, but they're healing that with that in the reverse position. Those swords are going to fall out of the heart so the heart can heal. So yeah, they're coming back into their personal empowerment. I feel like they're realizing that they weren't fully there for you, but now they want to be the Emperor. This is like the father energy, the divine masculine energy, being dependable, being strong, being solid. They want to be solid in your connection. And there's the Hierophant here as well. So they're dedicating themselves more to the divine, the divinity of your connection. They may be like meditating or realizing that they have to focus on spirituality more in order to get out of these negative thought patterns that have really been holding them back. So they want to be that knight in shining armor. There's the Knight of Swords here. They want to really fight for the connection, speak their truth. They're rising above the clouds here. Clouds being, they couldn't see clearly beyond those clouds. Their thoughts, their pain, their past was clouding their judgment. But they're seeing beyond that now. This person is on the path of their highest good with this white unicorn here, horse, Pegasus. And there's the Lovers here. Increased passion, increased intimacy on all levels. Emotional is happening between you both. Naked, vulnerable, and this traditionally shows the angel watching over the connection. So this is a very spiritual connection, very divine. You're coming into much more harmony. You're beginning to feel much more in your divine feminine energy, and then the masculine, the moon and the sun. So you're complementing each other. There's harmony, there's peace being restored, and I feel like they're being dependable. They're really proving themselves, or very soon they will be. They realize how they weren't fulfilling your needs in some kind of way, and so now they are fulfilling those needs. They're taking your needs seriously. They're asking themselves what would make you happy, what would make you fulfilled. They may even start asking you what they can do for you, kind of thing, because they realize that you've been there for them. They realize that you've done a lot for them. So let's look at some clarifying cards. All of the message cards in today's reading are my own creation. We reap what we sow. So this is the Justice card. This person, they may feel like there was an injustice, they didn't treat you fairly, and then that came back to bite them, kind of thing. Maybe you walked away, maybe you gave them an ultimatum or something like that, and they realized that if they didn't improve upon themselves, if they didn't do the things right, then they would lose you. And there's some kind of justice is coming into their life as well, because they may have been suffering from injustice from their past and all the wounds, but they are coming back into their personal empowerment. They've become stronger for the wounds that they faced in their past. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune. How do we make positive change? So yeah, this person is now focused on ending that old cycle of all the destructive kind of energy and having the new beginning with this 10. And yeah, they're really focused on trying to remain positive and taking positive action, making positive changes. They're really proving themselves to you. Yeah, because they're so inspired by you. You're the Queen of Wands. You are very wise, compassionate, understanding, patient. I feel like you have helped this person to see this destructive energy within this person, their self-destructive thoughts or patterns or behaviors. And yeah, they're very grateful for you. You're like their rock. They see your patience and the balance and stability that you have within yourself. And you've really given them strength. I feel like you've been a shoulder to cry on. You've been like their biggest ally. You've been their best friend. And they just know that you deserve the best. And you're really inspiring them to come into their healthy, divine masculine energy, which really feels fulfilled in being a good provider for the divine feminine. I don't just mean that like financially. Like being truly there, making a positive difference in the divine feminine's life in many ways. I feel so happy when I'm with you. The 3 of Cups. So yeah, they want to focus more on that happiness. They want to focus on spending quality time together with you rather than focusing or being distracted in their mind by wounds and reacting from fears or insecurities and creating all this drama. They want peace and harmony, and they're focusing on that now. Yeah, let's start all over again. The Ace of Cups. They want this fresh new beginning. They're coming from a heart-centered place rather than that fearful place, that dark, wounded place. So offering you their cup, being open-hearted. They're really, really trying to make an effort to really be present, really be there for you, really be dependable. It's all falling apart, the 5 of Cups. So yeah, what's inspired this change is the fear of losing you. Like you may have had to walk away or told them that you can't stay with things being the way that they were. And so this is inspiring them to let go of the past and be in the present moment and really focus on your connection and being happy and doing everything in this person's power to be happy. I'm working hard towards our future, the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, this person is putting in a lot of hard work now. They really are taking action. They have this clarity. They know how to bring harmony and make this connection really amazing. So let's look at some more messages cards. Again, all of the message cards in today's reading are my own creation. As usual, we're going to start off with the Our Eternal Love cards, followed by the I Love You to the Moon and Back cards. Whoops. And then the messages from the Divine Masculine cards. Now we'll pull messages out of the bag and look into the divination dice and the charms. So how does this person feel about you at this time? Okay, so I'm so afraid of rejection that I haven't taken a risk to be with you. I'm interpreting this as this person was very insecure when you first met. And so they were holding back. They either didn't take a risk to make this connection real, or they were just, if you were with this person in the relationship or are with them in a relationship right now, they were holding back. They had some walls up, some defenses up. They may have been overly sensitive and taken things the wrong way and had misunderstandings and reacted. You know, kind of like men are from Mars, women are from Venus. You both meant well, but things were being misinterpreted and causing reactions. Okay, so yeah, wow. I can't put my life on hold like this anymore. You've helped them realize that they were stuck, going in circles. They were stuck in their pain, thinking about the past, fearful of the future, stuck feeling like a victim. It was putting their life on hold. And they don't want to do that anymore. You've made them realize that life is for living in the present moment, and they want to live a happy life. They want to make the most of their life, live life to the full. And they want to do that with you. And that is what they're focusing on now. Yeah. I'm so grateful for all that I have learned from you and our connection. Thank you. That's why they want to give it all back to you. And really be this amazing partner for you, because they're so grateful for everything that you have taught them. And they see you as this amazing person, really strong person. You're the right person, but at the wrong time. So when you first met, it was like things were chaotic, because there was awakening that needed to happen, especially within this other person. But I feel like this person has definitely helped you heal and awaken to things as well. There's too much water under the bridge. I don't know how we could ever come back from that. So that heartbreak card, the Three of Swords in reverse, is they feel so bad about what has happened in the past, and they don't ever want to go back to that. They don't ever want to do or say anything that's going to completely be destructive, that they can't take back. But they are kind of worried that there may be things that have been said or done that's created long-lasting or indefinite damage kind of thing. I've always loved you, it's just misaligned. So yeah, don't doubt their love. You may have felt like they didn't love you when they withdrew from you, or if they were like arguing with you and pushing you away, that kind of way. But it was literally just misunderstandings, misalignment in terms of both needing to heal certain things before you could have this deeper patience with each other or understanding. No one will ever love me like you do, and no one will ever love you like I do. So they feel that your connection is really amazing. They feel like you are the one for each other, your soulmates, maybe even twin flames. They know they'll never feel a love like this for anyone else. I don't know why, but I've always based my self-worth on what you think of me. So yeah, this person may have been overly sensitive to what they perceive to be a rejection or a criticism, even if you didn't mean it that way. Again, we have, can we start all over again? And there was that let's make a fresh start card as well. You've got to keep living your life. I'd hate to think you missed out because you were waiting for me. So, yeah. This person, basically, they realised that they were putting their life on hold, and potentially they were putting your life on hold. And I do see it though as they want to continue forward with you, definitely. And this is like, they know that you're waiting for them to have this epiphany that they have just had or will have very soon. And it's like, they don't want you to miss out on your life, like holding on to them if they've been sort of putting their life on hold and therefore putting your life on hold. And so I feel like they're changing. They're living in the present moment now. They're really going for it. So let's look at the I love you to the moon and back cards. There is so much I never said, So this person is really feeling the urge to come forward and express the things that they didn't express. Maybe they took you for granted, and they're going to express much more loving things to you and show you how grateful that they are to have you in their life. I was so scared you would reject the real me and leave me, so I put on a mask and felt I could never take it off again. So yeah, rejection fears, insecurities, a lot of heartbreak. I feel like they've experienced a lot of rejection in their past. So they had some sort of front on or wall up, or they were wearing a mask to protect themselves. It could have been they were trying to impress you by not truly being their true honest self, or it could be that a mask of strength, like they could have been that emperor in terms of trying to be in control all the time, either through lashing out or withdrawing. I know our love will never die. So they feel like you have an infinite bond, that you've shared many lives, past lives together, that you're soulmates or twin flames, whether they know that label or not. We have, I don't know why, but I feel so nervous when you just look at me. I want to hide myself away. So this person could be shy, or they feel kind of naked and vulnerable and self-conscious when they're with you, when they talk to you, and so that may be why they wore a mask. They tried to hide that nervousness. I really wish we could be together. So yeah, they want that reconciliation. They want things to work out with you. They don't want to lose you. They want to work on the partnership. So let's look at the messages from the Divine Masculine cards. I'm in a dark place. So yeah, they've been struggling. They couldn't see clearly. They were, you know, in their man or their woman cave, trying to figure things out, living too much in the past, fearing the future too much. What's my purpose? So now, you know, this is a very dark card, and this is like the sunlight card. What's my purpose? You know, their focus has shifted, and it's really positive. They're seeing the light. They're questioning what will bring them deep meaning in their life, and that is definitely including you. I want you now, see? Feeling very passionate. They want to be with you. They don't want to lose you. They're focusing on you and the connection. Intimacy is returning, feeling of closeness, and that's leading to like sexual, like passion and intimacy as well. I don't feel good enough. So yeah, they are still kind of suffering with regrets about the past and feeling like they mistreated you. I'm here for you. But yeah, now they are truly here for you, and they are being that better version of themselves that you need them to be. They're proving themselves to you. Astral connection. So you have a strong telepathic bond. You connect in the 5D. You may be able to read each other's minds. You know how each other's thinking and feeling. Even if you were like miles and miles apart or in different countries, opposite ends of the world, we belong together. So yeah, they feel like you are meant to be together. You're the one for them. They feel lost without you. Or they're afraid that, you know, if they lose you, then they'll be totally lost and life wouldn't make sense. Overthinking. So yeah, they've been stuck in that dark place because they're stuck in their thoughts rather than just being present and living in the present. Karmic contract. So this person has had a lot of karmic contracts basically that created a lot of wounds, but out of adversity is awakening. We don't awaken when we're in our comfort zone. Okay, so let's look at the divination dice next. there's the mermaid. So they see you as this beautiful, divine feminine. It's like the siren. They see you as extremely attractive. They're feeling very passionate towards you at this time. Things are going to be amazing during this holiday season. They may communicate, reach out. You may reconcile. You may be spending the holiday season together and you're going to have an amazing time. That's come out a lot, that snowflake, in recent readings. They feel you are the missing puzzle pieces, or they feel like you just clicked together like really perfectly, or you've helped them to see the truth. You've helped them to put the puzzle pieces together. Your connections clicking into place. This one again. I'm just going to take this. This is bacteria. So there may be a separation because of what's going on in the world right now. It looks very fearful. There's all these spikes around it. So it's like this person's been fearful and they've had these defenses. You may have got hurt when this person was triggered. Music may be very significant. But music is also about harmony. They may be communicating to you through music. Let's look at what charms want to come out for you today. So this could really indicate that you are twin flames. With the swans, this is often a symbol for twin flames. This can potentially be your future husband, your life partner. Swans mate for life. That's like the Two of Cups energy as well. They want that amazing relationship with you where you're both on the same page. They're feeling very passionate about you. The glitter reminds me of Christmas time as well. So you're going to have a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of excitement and joy with each other over the holiday season. So this is like a wind-up key. You may have put in a lot of effort to keep this relationship going, but when it came to them, the wind-up key may have stopped, not focusing. But now they're wanting to be the one that keeps things going by turning the key. Oops. So yeah, this person's realizing their mistakes. But with oops, it's kind of light-hearted. So to me, that's just saying that these things can be healed. It's not like really, really major things that can't ever be healed. Their heart is awakening. Rose is the heart chakra. They may be giving you roses, apologizing to you. There's Big Ben here. So London may be significant. This could, this is reminding me of New Year's Eve. They may contact you on New Year's Eve, or you spend time together. New year, brand new start. Yeah, they're going to communicate to you with the lips. Also, this could be kissing and passion. If you really want intense healing of your twin flame connection, please check out my twin flame union chakra meditation. It's really powerful at clearing out and healing all of the individual chakras in the areas that are traditionally blocked for twin flames. It's a really powerful meditation. It's gentle but really, really effective. I have amazing reviews for that as well. It's the twin flame union chakra healing. Please check it out. All the details are below this video in the description box. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Tap the bell icon, turn on all notifications, and that way you'll be notified every time I release a new reading. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.